Actors get paid to show up, but actually doing the job costs extra.
And
Acting is a perilous job sometimes, whether it be stunts gone wrong, actors injuring actors, or improvisations working a little too well. These moments can wind up in the final takes, and we're taking a look at some of TV's hottest shows right now. With the help of a stunt coordinator, let's dive in. Number 1. Florence Pugh would kick butt on an episode of Hot Ones. In Hawkeye, they threw the script out for the scene where Yelena confronts Kate. But the only reason Yelena got all the hot sauce was that Florence Pugh loved the stuff, whereas Haley Steinfeld is not such a huge fan. And Yelena had to be able to keep up with the heat, take after take after take.
I love hot sauce.
Number 2. Tanner's got Mary wrapped around his little finger. That thumb grab during the prom scene in Cobra Kai Season 4 is definitely not how you pull off the move, and the actors know it.
You're holding onto his thumb? Like a baby?
Mary Mouser had to grab Tanner Buchanan's thumb and not his wrist because she dislocated her own thumb just minutes earlier.
And my thumb went pop.
This happened after Peyton List landed on her hand. Holding somebody's thumb is not as threatening as they made it seem, that's for sure. Number 3. A macro reaction to a cat's laugh out loud reaction to the micro you-know-what in Euphoria was genuinely Barbie's response. She hadn't wanted to look it up before the moment so that her reaction could be as authentic as possible.
It's not small, it's not small.
But just so you're all aware, it was just a prosthetic, and if you need even more reassurance, there was an intimacy coordinator on set. And Barbie was more than willing, saying, "They explained to me what I was doing, they asked me if I was comfortable with it, I'm not skeeved out. Good to know." Number 4. Did anybody forget that the cast of Stranger Things is mostly kids? Millie Bobby Brown collapsing in this scene in the sauna episode was not planned for, and she had to be caught by her co-star Mike Wheeler, who plays Finn. She collapsed out of absolute exhaustion due to consistent and long filming days. You can even see Mike look over to the director, unsure of what to do though. But don't worry, she was okay, and it resulted in a very tender moment between the two characters. Number 5. Only having one fork ensures that the dishes get done. It's basic math. In Hawkeye, Yelena complaining about there only being one fork in Kate's apartment was totally genuine.
You have one fork?
I'm one person.
The crew had only stocked one fork in the drawer. Now, whether that was intentional or they didn't expect a whole mac and cheese halvesies situation is up for debate. Sets are more than just sets. They're environments that need to feel lived in, for reasons like this.
Forks.
Number 6. You couldn't pay us enough to go in there. The last day of filming for Euphoria Season 1 took place in a mental hospital that was shut down due to some incredibly unfortunate circumstances, where 40 groundskeepers lost their lives. It freaked out the entire cast, namely Sydney Sweeney, who said, "It was the creepiest place that I've ever been to, and we were filming there all day and all night." That didn't stop them from exploring though, even in the creepy basement that was completely devoid of lights. Number 7. We're still upset about it. In Stranger Things, Millie's first time reading Hopper's letter happened on camera, so those big crocodile tears were totally genuine. And yes, they got us too. Millie admitted, "I didn't want to rehearse it. I just immediately wanted to put a camera on me and find the way I react." And the way I reacted was pure devastation and sadness. What made the scene even harder to film was that David Harbour recorded himself reading the letter, so Millie was hearing his voice at the same time. It's giving us all the feels.
time to go.
Number 8. Show, don't tell. That's a screenwriting lesson for you. The cast and crew were very quickly losing daylight while trying to film, meaning they didn't have enough time to capture the entire scripted dialogue between Clint and Kate in this scene. Instead, the two were just asked to walk away from the camera, but that wasn't good enough for Jeremy Renner, who decided to pull an arrow out of Kate Bishop's bag, which confused Haley Steinfeld. In the filming, he proceeded to pass her the arrow. Them holding onto the arrow at the same time is iconic, because it comes straight out of one of the comics. Number 9. You could say this is the straw that breaks the camel's back. When Gi-hun barrels into Sebyuk in the first episode of Squid Game, he knocks her drink out of her hand. What made her break down laughing, though, was when the actor tried putting the straw back into the drink. they got lucky that they were able to use the shot at all since Se-byuk's hair covered her laugh. That's one good reason to have long hair. Number 10. Can you guess where this one is going? Brett Gelman was super quick with the double entendres in Stranger Things, which made it hard to film with him.
Jonathan, how was the pullout?
That spit take of Charlie Heaton's? Very much real. He meant the sofa, you dirty-minded kids. Number 11. When you know the material inside and out, it makes you a good advocate for the material. Henry Cavill, a lover of the series, before ever taking on the role, was upset about a missing beat from one of the books, Blood of Elves. Geralt is supposed to have a brush with death at the top of Sodden Hill. There's a monolith with all of the soldiers who've passed. This wasn't included. So he took it upon himself to improvise a line that would pay homage to the scene after we tragically lose Roach. He helps the horse on his journey by saying the words to not be afraid of she.
For she is your friend.
Number 12. Cold showers are bad enough. Francesca Reale, the actor who played the lifeguard Heather in season 3 of Stranger Things, was terrified of filming in the pool because she couldn't see the bottom, or anything for that matter, due to it being pitch black. That would scare any sane person. Number 13. Dude, just let your stunt double step in. In an episode of Cobra Kai, Billy Zabka kicked Martin Kove's foot, so he was hiding a whole lot of pain during one scene, as he broke his toe and wasn't telling anybody for fear of his stunt double having to step in. So he's hobbling around secretly in so much pain. And we won't reveal how he described it, it hurts too much to remember. Just trust us, it's something you don't forget. Number 14. Words are hard, especially with a camera in your face. Improv isn't easy, and so this scene where Finn is struggling to tell Eleven how he feels doubles as the actor just trying to come up with his next line. Sometimes the most genuine of moments can't be scripted.
It's like a feeling, or yeah, like something.
Number 15. In Riverdale, that red stuff coming out of KJ Appa's hand was not done by some special effect. He was so intensely invested in this scene that he was beating up the ice, to the point he ended up breaking his hand from punching it so hard. Number 16. Can we please make jump scares illegal? Is that something we can do? During the filming of The Haunting of Hill House, Victoria Pedretti, who plays Nell, and of course the ghost of Nell as well, jumped her cue and scared the pants off of Kate Siegel and Elizabeth Reeser. Genuine jump scares are always a better idea, despite how much actors must hate them. But we're wondering if she's just being cheeky and pretending it was an accident. Number 17. A beautiful dedication to a good man. The gut-wrenching tears that the characters cried at Fred Andrews' funeral in Riverdale were not put on, due to the tragic passing of Luke Perry, who played the role. The scene was done in dedication to him, making it all the more heartbreaking. It was the plot twist that the world did not see coming, and the cast and crew of Riverdale did a beautiful job with their dedication to Luke. Number 18. True story, bro. In an episode of This Is Us, Ron Cephas Jones, who plays William, Randall's biological father, tells a story about a time he went for a haircut, and the barber playfully threatened to cut off his ears. As it turns out, this was a true story from Jones's past about his first time getting a haircut. Number 19. That feel when you're made up of something like 60% water, and yet you're still afraid of it. Also in Riverdale, Madeleine Petch had a serious fear of open bodies of water, so her scene in the boat is an expression of true terror. But she had to get over that fear quick, given how early this comes in the series. Number 20. Don't take massages from strangers. In New Girl, Jake Johnson, who plays Nick, found the idea of a water massage super uncomfortable, and he decided to lean into his discomfort, which resulted in a lot of improvised moments in this scene. To be fair, there was a silent man stripping down in front of him.
What does this mean? Let's not do this.
Number 21. The best mispronunciation in the history of mispronunciations. Schitt's Creek's Catherine O'Hara accidentally said baby weird, and everybody loved it so much, it stuck. Not just in that episode, but in subsequent episodes too. Literally, somebody made a compilation of every time she said it.
Either way, great progress for Bebe.
Which, honestly, is hilarious.
So now you're taking Bebe to the spa.
All this talk about actors not acting has us questioning what it even is. Some say acting is lying, some say it's truth. Some will say method is acting, and others will say it's people looking for an excuse to do something weird and ridiculous. Let us know your thoughts on that in the comments, and maybe let us know about any other scenes we should have included in the video. And, as always, thanks for hanging out with us here at The Things.